Alright, what's up? Today we are back with the old 20-inch 2009, early 2009 iMac here. The 2.66 GHz Core 2 Duo, 8 gigs of RAM, the GeForce 9400M, and a 320 gig hard drive that's currently partitioned with both OS 10, El Capitan, as you can see it running right here, and macOS Monterey patch with Open Core Legacy Patcher. But that macOS Monterey partition is going to be removed in favor of macOS 10 Lion. And the reason for that, I said on a community post that it was going to be a very special reason on a very special day. That's because today, as we're talking right now, my nephew has been born. Yes, I'm now an uncle, and the name of the nephew is Humza, and the meaning behind the name Humza is lion, and that is why I'm installing Lion on this iMac. So this video is sort of dedicated to Humza. So today we're going to be installing it, but first we have to get rid of macOS Monterey. The reason for that is because macOS Monterey runs absolutely terribly on this iMac. I kind of expected that, but at the same time, it runs pretty terribly. So let me go ahead, shut this down, boot it to Monterey, and let me show you what I mean. Boot it back up. We should be greeted with the Open Core Legacy Patcher boot switcher. Give it a second to load. There we go. Monterey. Let's boot it up. Let's just count right here how long it takes to boot up. There you go, it's finally up. It took so long for it to load up into Monterey. So let me just enter in the password here. Let me grab the keyboard. And yeah, no, there we go. Monterey is booted up on the iMac. Let's go to About This Mac. And oh my god, it runs so terribly. I mean, I expected it, but my god, it runs even worse than I remember it running. There we go. Yeah, macOS Monterey, 20-inch iMac. It takes a while for the graphics thing to show up here. Don't know why. But if I go into displays, yeah, beach balls a lot of Monterey. Man, this is torture running on this thing. There you go. It doesn't even show up there. Dang. There we go. Yeah, GeForce 9400. So yeah, this sucks. So that's why we're getting rid of it. Luckily, I still have the USB that I used to create the Open Core installation on, which, fun fact, these USBs still work on like modern Macs, including Apple Silicon. I'll show you right now on my M1 MacBook Air. So here I have my M1 MacBook Air, and let me just plug in the USB. That's where it is. Obviously I'm using a dongle so that it works and it mounts. Install macOS Monterey. Let me just shut this guy down, and I'm going to boot it back up while holding the power button. So that's how it loads up into the boot picker. There we go. So just hold it down. Continue holding for startup options. Loading startup options. Man, it's crazy how quiet this thing is compared to this iMac, which I can probably tell you that the hard drive is here right now. Yeah, with a fan and a spinning hard drive, this thing is pretty loud. But yeah, install macOS Monterey. This is an M1 MacBook Air, and this USB was created on this iMac. So it loads up momentarily into the Monterey USB that was created on this unsupported iMac. It works on this Apple Silicon MacBook Air. So yeah, I can enter in my password and start installing Monterey if I wanted to. So that's really, really cool. So yeah, hang on. Let me eject the USB before continuing here so I don't corrupt it. And the reason why I'm using this USB here is because the USB is the only way I can install Monterey or remove the Monterey partition on here, because El Capitan does not recognize the Monterey partition in disk utility. So that's why I'm using this USB installer to get rid of the Monterey install. So yeah, and let me plug in the drive on the iMac. This is the USB, yes it is. There we go. Should be, yep, there we go. Install macOS Monterey and mounted. So we're going to shut it down. Hopefully OpenCore shows up the USB. If not, I might need to borrow the keyboard, because this keyboard, since it's wireless, it does not work with the boot picker. So look how long it takes for it to shut down. You see right there, I clicked the shutdown button like a decent bit ago. It's still shutting down. It's still on. There you go, now it's off. It takes forever for this thing to shut down. Siri just went off on my Siri just went off on my MacBook there. Alright, anyway. Turn this guy back on. There you go. So just taking its sweet time to load up the OpenCore boot menu. Oh, that's a problem. It does not show up there. Okay, well, gotta borrow the keyboard there. And boom, I've obtained my dad's kind of dusty, actually it's kind of an understatement, very dusty Lenovo work keyboard. So let me move the Logitech one. Put this there. Let's see. Good thing this is the one with the 4 USB-A ports, not like the earlier ones with only 3. Come on. There we go. Right. Because if this thing only had 3, then we'd be kind of screwed, because I'm using every single one of these USB-A ports. Okay, that's new. That didn't happen before. Should I be concerned? No, never mind. I was about to say, should I be concerned? There you go. Install macOS Monterey or EFI boot. I don't know which one do I click on. I think it's this one. Okay, I'm just gonna click on one and see if it is it, because I don't know. Oh no, oh there it is. Install macOS Monterey. Alright, so I was kind of concerned there, because there's like a bunch of different options. There's like EFI boot, install macOS Monterey, the hard drive thing, but then I remembered, oh yeah, install macOS Monterey. That does not work on here because it's not natively supported, so yeah. Yep, alright, so disk utility, continue, there you go. Okay, so we have Monterey, and you have this one, the El Capitan. So I want to remove Monterey here. Delete APFS volume group Monterey. Oh, this is formatted as APFS? I thought this was formatted as HFS Plus, because this is, in case you don't know, Apple recommends you use HFS Plus, the old file system that Apple used with spinning disks like this one, but for SSDs you use APFS. So I guess it's sort of like automatic, like APFS. Removing any there you go. Deleting is complete. That was actually pretty fast for a SSD, or not SSD, spinning hard drive like this. So container disk 1, we should probably erase that as like Mac OS extended journal, because Lion very much predates APFS. So is it possible for me to just remove this like altogether? No, we can't. So I guess we just have to erase it. And I'm gonna erase it as macOS Extended Journal. And we're just gonna call it, where's the shift key? There we go. Shift key Lion. We're just gonna call it Lion. And erase. There we go. Erase is complete. And creating Lion. Alright. So yeah, macOS Extended Journal, Lion, and Macintosh HD 10.11.6. Let me actually, can I resize this? Because I don't think we need like 90 gigs. Oh, I can't resize it. What the? Okay, fine. We're just gonna keep it at 90. We're gonna keep it at 90 for now. I don't know. I might like nuke the whole drive anyway later on. So that resolves that. So if I shut this guy down, oh wow, now the whole thing is frozen. Oh, never mind. Alright, there we go. Just shut off. Turn it back on. Oh shoot, I need to hold on the Alt key. I forgot. I hope the thing shows up still. Oh, okay, there we go. I completely forgot I need to hold down the Alt key. Okay, so let's just boot up into Macintosh HD. There we go. Alright, yeah, so the regular white Apple logo. And now we gotta create the Lion USB here. Okay, so I changed the camera angle, so now we're on my M1 MacBook Air. So let me just plug in the SD card with the Lion ESD image on it. There we go. And it should mount there. Yep, SD card. So hang on, where's the mouse? I need to use the mouse for there's the mouse. I need to use the mouse to eject the Monterey. So there we go. Install macOS Monterey. Let's just angle this better. Yep. Alright, so next let's just format the USB. So open up disk utility and install macOS Monterey. We're just gonna erase it, and let's just be on brand here, even though I know you'll change the name anyway. So let's just say install macOS 10 Lion, macOS Extended Journal, erase. There you go, mounting the disk and operation successful. Alright, so we have our drive. Now let's open up program of choice, which is over here, Blender Etcher. So now open up Etcher and then have Etcher flash the Lion ESD image, which I believe stands for Electronic Software Distribution, if I remember correctly, ESD image, to this thing. So we're gonna flash from File, and there we go, install ESD 2 from 2012. That's the one of Lion. This one is for Yosemite, which I might install later, we'll see. But I also have one for Mavericks, kind of up here. So we might do Mavericks later. Actually, I think I'm gonna do Mavericks because Mavericks is about to turn 10 years old soon. So yeah, continue, select target. It's gonna be this one, 31 gigs, generic flash media. And we're gonna flash. Starting. Oh, we have to type the password. Oh, type your password. I thought it was like type the password for this drive. I thought it said type your. Yeah, it's my Mac login password, so let me just enter that in. Attention. Oh, something went wrong. Oh, God. Okay, wait, hang on.
The next day.
Okay, it is the next day, and. Oh, well, that's the wrong way. Hang on. It is the next day, and we're finally getting a Lion ESD installed on the flash drive. So I'm pretty sure the reason why it was not installing yesterday was simply because of the MacBook Air. I'm pretty sure it's something to do with Etcher not being optimized for Apple Silicon. It's still a Rosetta app on Apple Silicon, but hopefully they can fix that later, hopefully. But like, yeah, there you go. We're finally installing macOS 10 Lion on the USB drive, and we're almost done here with the validation process. Oh, there we go. macOS install ESD. It should take a little bit to load up. Oh, oh, there we go. Flash complete. Okay. Flash complete. ESD install ESD2 was successfully flashed to generic USB. So yeah, let's open it up here in disk utility. Let's see if it's there. I'm pretty sure, yep, there it is. macOS 10 install ESD. So now, oh, I forgot to turn on Do Not Disturb. Hang on. So now comes the fun part of actually installing Wine on the iMac. So to do this, we are going to shut down this guy. And I'm gonna move here. There you go, it's off. So now we're going to power it back on while holding Alt on this keyboard. There we go. So let me just go over here, macOS 10. Going to load into that, and instead of seeing a progress bar, we should see, yep, the spinning wheel there. So that means that it is loading up into a version, I believe the progress bar was introduced in Yosemite, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it's loading up version pre-Yosemite, aka Lion. So yep, oh, it's progress or spinning wheel went away, and there you go. We got the linen. We got the linen there. There you go. macOS 10 utilities. So those are mouse. Oh, it doesn't do the thing where if you shake the mouse, it'll do it. So this version is pre that. Alright, well, we're gonna go into disk utility. Select disk, volume, or image. So here's Lion. I think, yeah, we don't really need to do anything else to this. So, well, I mean, if something goes, if it doesn't install to that, then I'm just gonna do it. We're just gonna erase it. But yeah, agree, and Lion here. So yeah, not Macintosh HD. We're just gonna do Lion. And there we go. Installing macOS 10 Lion. Preparing to install, your computer will restart automatically. About 9 minutes remaining. That's probably very inaccurate, but we'll see. And I want to see where can we find the logs. Window, installer log, there you go. There it is. So if we show all logs, see if there's any thing that goes wrong, or if we want to just, you know, start the logs, then we can see it there. So yeah, About 8 minutes remaining. Okay, well, you do you, I guess. Okay, so it just rebooted. Let's see what happens next. Alright, so we're at the installing stage. Install macOS 10, installing macOS 10 to the disk line. About 23 minutes remaining. So, yeah, here we go. Okay, so the install has completed. Let's get rid of the log here. And your computer will restart in 10 seconds, 8 seconds, 7, 6. Yeah, it's gonna restart now. Okay, so yeah, here we are with Lion. I've toyed around with Lion, like, oh. Always gotta wait for the boot sound. I've toyed around with Lion in virtual machines, but never in actual hardware. So I'm pretty interested to see how this thing will run with Lion on it. I assume it will run better than El Capitan would, because obviously it's much older. Unfortunately, we don't have the startup video because Lion was the first version to remove the startup video, the welcome video, whatever you want to call it. The Lion was the first version to remove it. If we were to install Snow Leopard or Leopard, which Leopard is the oldest version this thing supports, then we could have the intro video, but with Lion, nah, unfortunately. There was a lot that was gotten rid of here, and this is also when Final Cut Pro 7 was deprecated, and then we had Final Cut Pro 10 here, so, and when it launched, it was a mess. So, here we are, welcome. We are in the United States. Select your keyboard, US. Select a Wi-Fi network. Will this thing work with modern Wi-Fi networks? Let's see. This is our Wi-Fi network. If it doesn't work, then I have mobile hotspot that we could use if we need to. But it looks like it is working, so... Okay, so transfer information to this Mac. Don't transfer. Apple ID, and we probably don't need one on here. Registration information, no, we don't need that stuff. Yeah, continue. Create computer account. So, thank you. Alright, start using Lion today. There we are with the old desktop. Oh, that's such a pretty wallpaper with Lion. Introduction. Let's see, let me do the wireless keyboard. Done. Alright. So here we are with macOS 10 Lion. Obviously, let's go to the old about this Mac, and yeah, macOS 10 version 10.7.5 here. Yep, iMac 20-inch early 2009. This about this Mac's page looks very much, the new one in macOS Ventura looks very much inspired by this one here in Lion. It looks like they kind of took some inspiration from it. So one of the features introduced with Lion was AirDrop. There we go, AirDrop. Which AirDrop is a feature that I think we all still use today, but something that I'm curious about is, so at this time when AirDrop was introduced, it was only Mac to Mac compatible. What happens if I AirDrop files from my MacBook Air to this iMac? Let's see what happens. And this is way too new for it to recognize it, so Yeah, that was unfortunate. And obviously it doesn't work on iPhone because this is pre-aired up on iPhone. That was introduced to iOS 7, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but yeah, that's that, I guess. So let's see what is up with Safari here. Oh yeah, you have the and the glossy menu bar. Oh, it loads up the modern Apple website, which is very much unusable on this thing. Yeah, very much unusable. You can't see anything. Little Lion. Alright, well, there we go. That is macOS 10 Lion on the 2009 iMac. And there you go. It's very nice to do this. I think this video, just because of the whole line thing, I was like, hey, this is perfect opportunity for this. So also stay tuned. I'm going to be doing macOS 10, or not macOS 10, OS 10 Mavericks on this iMac as well to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of that. But for now, we're going to keep it on line. In fact, I think I'm going to keep this line installation forever, just because I think it feels right to keep it forever. So there you go. And we're going to boot back into El Capitan as well. But for now, that is macOS 10 Lion on the iMac. And so, yeah, there you go. Thank you guys for watching. And congrats to my brother, sister-in-law for having Humza. And yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching. And see you guys later. Bye.